want to ask me a question? Oh, down the back. One right at the very back behind you. One right at the very back.
Stand up.
Stand up and like...
Boys.
So I don't normally have a microphone. You guys speak like this so I can hear you.
The reason behind, like, you know, you really going to
Right on.
So Yuri prepared a question. There's the mic.
The reason why Yuri went to space was because of the Cold War, right? Like the Cold War.
The reason he went to space was because we wanted to see what was out there. So it became a race. Well, he's asking, he's just going to see how I handle the question. So the reason he went to space was because we wanted to understand what was out in space. And you're right, Russia and the United States weren't really talking. They were like competing. It's like two teams competing in a race. And rather than collaborating like they do now on the space station, they were competing against each other to see who could get there first. So, nice try, but I'm not rattled that easily. Yeah.
So, how many space stations have been built in the past?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, it depends on whether you count them individually or together. So the space station we have now is actually joined together space stations. So the reason it's as large as it is because they connected the Russian component with the main primarily US component, and then the Canada arm is on that as well. And Axiom is currently building a new space station, but to start it, they're going to start sending pieces up and connect it onto the current space station, and when it gets big enough, they will separate it off the current space station.
What's the pressure like? So what's the pressure like in the space stations?
Oh, the pressure. So they are in what we call a microgravity environment. So they are floating around so that there is less pressure. But strangely, even though they're floating around, there's less pressure in their body, it creates more pressure. At the back. Hang on, microphone's coming. I'm really making it work because I'm like over here and over there. I really should think about the microphone first.
Have you ever met Neil Armstrong?
Have I met Neil Armstrong? No, but I've met a number of astronauts. Now, down the front here. Sorry. Maybe I should give you this microphone. I'm trying to be fair, but it just means she has to run around everywhere. Yes.
How did you find out that you wanted to be working for NASA?
How did I find that I wanted to work for NASA? NASA came up looking for me. And literally, the astronaut, then he said, that's the type of system I know we need, because he was an emergency physician as well as an astronaut, Dr. William, or astronaut William. And so he went back to Canadian Space Agency and said that we need to build this, and then Canadian Space Agency said, we want to run this experiment to NASA, so then I started working with NASA. Right, in the front here, we'll make it a short trip.
Hold or move stars?
Can you hold or move stars? Not me personally.
Or do you have to use any gear to hold or move them?
No.
Do you have to use any what?
Do you have to use any gear?
Do you have to use any gear to hold a star? Well, the interesting thing about stars is they attract things to them, because they can attract things. So stars are a bit, they look very small in the sky, but they're actually very big. Over in the corner. And then I might go back over this way. I'll go for you next. You've been holding your arm up, so you're next.
How many countries currently are working together in the projects you were working for?
In my own projects, so I have, my study can enroll astronauts from the United States, Canada, Japan, anywhere in Europe. Also, some of the countries in the Middle East now are part of that accord. I've collaborated with researchers in China from my neonatal work. Obviously, been to Russia, collaborated with them. We started to deploy my system in India for the babies, and then COVID hit, so we had to stop. And the only country that I haven't been to in all of that list is India, because of COVID. Right, now over here, where is it? Yep.
is in year 9 and is in Muirfield High School.
Wow. That's a bit creepy. There you go. Well, I hope she does well at maths. No pressure.
Question statement.
Very nice of you. All right. Yes, you down back there. Yes, you. Can you stand up? How many people here are like are going to be going to Muirfield? Muirfield, Balcombe Hills High. Oh, no. Balcombe Hills High. My brothers went to Balcombe Hills High, so it's one too. Yep.
If your dad didn't say, "Oh, I don't think you will make it longer in life," do you think you would have been motivated to do all of this?
That's a good question. I'm a geek before it was fashionable. And so I used to enjoy, because I'm a geek, doing logic puzzles. I could see patterns in maths. When you get into the higher years, you get given a paragraph and you read the paragraph and you have to figure out what you need to do. And I really used to enjoy that. I didn't enjoy then going on and actually doing the numbers because I found that boring, but I found just deciding what I had to do was really interesting. So I think if he hadn't have done that, I think that I wouldn't have been self-doubting as much. There's a thing called imposter syndrome where you don't really feel that you can be the person that you actually are, and it happens to a lot of people. So yeah, I still think that I would have been doing what I'm doing. All right, yeah. And sorry to those of you I'm not able to say that.
Are you ever going to go on like a space mission?
My children tell me no. When I started working in space, they were very clear, "Mum, you are not going up there." I'm like, okay. But we just well.
So, if you went to a small, like, plasma star or something, if you got, like, a suit that makes you not get burnt, I think the plasma will kill you. Is that true?
That's a question more for the physicists, but I'd have to say with pretty high probability, yeah, it's tough. I mean, for us to just leave our own atmosphere, it's a very extreme environment. There's a lot we don't understand about the surface of it. Okay, you in the back. Yep.
How long have you been working for NASA?
Oh, my experiments have been probably 3 to 4 years, I think. And it's because they're running my experiments. Let's see. Next weekend.
Do you know how many people have been to space?
Do I know how many people have gone to space? I don't know the exact number, but I can tell you this. It's much more men than women, for biological male, biological female, which is something my study is addressing because I'm enrolling equal numbers of biological males and biological females. We're not tested yet what gender choice makes. We're just understanding anatomy at the moment. So one of the key contributions of my study is we're really studying biological females.
Yes, I see you. He's like, yes, I'm gonna ask.
What's your, of all the accolades you've won, what's the one that you're most proud of?
Oh, Order of Australia. No question. I am, even though I freeze myself sitting in Canada, I'm Australian for Balcombe Hills.
Do you have any like NASA artifacts, like I don't know, like moons or something?
Well, I don't personally, because they keep that sort of well guarded. I have seen and touched the capsule and that the first dogs went to the moon in Russia. I have, let's see, I've seen all the equipment, a lot of the equipment from those first missions that they put in space. I've seen the space shuttle. I've been up close. We have a lot of equipment at the Johnson Space Centre where I go down and do my pre-flight and post-flight work with the astronauts. And of course, you know, I've worked with astronauts too, so, but not so much with them. Yes, yes. No, you, right there, you. Yeah. No? Okay. Over there? Yep.
Have you ever met Mark Rober?
No. But I've met another Mark Happy, who went to the ISS.
So, can I do another one? Okay. How does Australia help with the ISS?
How has Australia helped with the ISS? And that's a really good question. So one of the saddest things for me is that my country's flag isn't on the list of flags for the space station. Because Canada contributed the Canada arm to help manoeuvre things around, and another one called Dexter, which is another robot. And that allows them to fly astronauts to the space station. It allows me, as someone living in Canada, to have crew time to run my experiments. But I can say that watch this space, because I'm having discussions, you know, we're moving from the current space station to an Axiom-led one. Let's just say we're chatting, because they know I want the Australia flag in the line of flags. All right, over the back there, you.
Are you making any like new spaceships or anything?
I don't make spaceships. I write algorithms to. So in Canada, we have different groups that are making new equipment for what they wear to measure their physiology. I don't make the actual spaceships. They have to be made with a lot of care to cope with the radiation levels, to cope with microgravity. So there's some really specialised teams that work on other areas of engineering that build the actual space station. You in the front there? Yeah. So you, yes. These are good questions, by the way. Some people trying to trip me up and have fun, but that's all right. I'm a teacher too.
Have you ever been in a rocket or a space shuttle?
I have been in a simulated rocket or a simulated spacecraft, which was the one I showed you in Russia. So they actually put a group of men in that and closed it up for 500 days because they wanted to test what it would be like for people. The system recycled air, it ran completely independently. They wanted to test if they could build something that could last that long. So I've been inside that one. You ready? Great.
How many astronauts have you met with?
How many have I met? Let me have a think. I've met Bob Thirst, David Williams. Can't say the ones that I'm currently working with because we're not allowed to say who the studies are with. I've met 2, 3, 4 from Russia. So I've probably met at least 10, at least. Yeah. Yeah.
What was your favourite project throughout your career?
Oh, favourite project. It's hard to pick one. I really enjoy doing the work with the babies because I actually lost a little girl when she was born. And I want to save families from the grief of losing a child. So it's very important to me to keep doing that work to try and create ways to have parents be able to have their babies survive. I really love space because, you know, I really love Star Wars and their glory. And I really enjoy working with the firefighters because of the life-saving things. So I wouldn't say I have one particular project. I like to work all in different ways. Down the front.
Would you ever move to a different space, like anywhere else from NASA?
Would I ever move? Well, I don't actually. I'm at a university and I'm in Canada, but it allows me to work with NASA A lot of my work is, I coordinate with a lot of different NASA teams. I have the teams that help me to get my equipment into space. I have the teams that help me with the operation systems that the astronauts are going to use. I have the teams that help me coordinate seeing the astronauts when they're on Earth. The teams that help coordinate communication when they're in space. I physically go down to Texas from Canada because that's where the Johnson Space Center is, and that's where I work. So, you know, if Australia had the ability to launch and we had astronauts leaving from here, I'd happily, you know, work down here as well.
One more.
Yep. I'll give you, make it a bit easier.
What's the longest period of time anyone's been to space?
I think it's 180 days. No, it's actually more than that. 18 months, sorry. Yeah, I think it's 18 months, and it was Russian cosmonaut. Currently, a lot of the US, CSA, JAXA, ESA astronauts only go for 6 months. But the Russian cosmonauts have been going for longer. I'm not sure if they still are. So, and just as a piece of information, usually, even with all the things we do, get them running, being strapped down to run on a treadmill, riding a bike, all the other activities we get them to do, it still takes the same amount of time they were in space for their bodies to get back to the way they were before they went.
Right, boys.
Thank you, Professor McGregor, for your inspiring and encouraging words.
Let's give her another round of applause.